We all know and love potatoes, but their journey starts long before the field. With dedicated technicians and families working together to ensure a healthy, abundant harvest.
My two sisters and I grew up on the farm, grew up in the dirt, helping mom and dad, I think, before we could actually help them a whole lot, but it's always been a big part of my background. We were always outside, we were always in the greenhouse. My friends and I would be the helpers for the most part.
Inside the Alberta Plant Repository, science takes center stage. Here, skilled technicians like Jessica Haenni and Tina Lewis meticulously cultivate disease-free potato plantlets, the tiny building blocks of Alberta's potato industry.
I just started working here at the repository about 2 months ago. This is really where it all begins, so it is really important for us to have a high standard to produce high-quality plants, disease-free plants, virus-free plants.
This painstaking work, guided by strict protocols of the CFIA and constant testing, ensures the purest possible start for each new generation of seed potatoes.
In Alberta, we have about 7 generations of growth of the potatoes. Each generation, there's a certain level that's acceptable through the CFIA, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, of allowable limits of virus or disease. And so at this stage, at the nuclear stage, there's no tolerance. So in the lab and in the greenhouse, there cannot be any virus that gets passed on. And that's why the practices we do here are pretty exact and really important. In addition to the lab work, we also have a greenhouse and a field plot that we run. In the greenhouse, we'll plant the plantlets that we would distribute, some of them, plant them and make sure that they are true to type.
From the sterile lab, these precious plantlets travel to specialized greenhouses, often run by families like the Hooglands and Haennis, who have generations of experience. It's a direct link between cutting-edge science and the hands-on expertise of Alberta's seed potato growers.
Seed potatoes is a really long process.
Our growing season is roughly 100 days. We plant in March. After 100 days we harvest and put in a new crop after.
So that is a big thing, that they're being grown in a controlled environment. We found out greenhouse production, the way we do it, will always be lots of hand labor.
Meet the seed potato growers, families like the Hooglands and Haennis dedicated to this crucial stage. They nurture these tiny plants, ensuring the health and purity of the seed that will eventually feed families across North America.
It's exciting to grow potatoes. There's always something new. Started farming in 1952 in Annapolona, part of North Holland. I started when I was 18 and then we moved to Canada. I think when Jake was 18 years old, so then he went to Canada for work experiment. I had it already quite a bit of years in my mind because I saw some troubling growing the farm where we farmed. So that's why we decided to go to Canada, because we saw some opportunities, right, to start farming together.
So our seed potatoes are being shipped all over US and Canada. So after harvest, we ship them to our customers that are gonna grow them for either chips, for table potatoes, so eating potatoes, little potatoes, and French fries. It's different than growing commercial potatoes down south. We don't have pivots on all our seed land. So we have to be really strategic about when we plant and how we manage the moisture we do get.
From the greenhouse, these mini tubers head to the field, the start of a multi-year journey. Here, in the unique climate of northern Alberta, seed potato growers rely on experience, careful planning, and often the natural rhythm of rainfall. Each tiny tuber will multiply, becoming the next generation of seed.
We cannot go without food. We have to make the best of it, and it's not always easy. The costs are rising, and you just hope you can keep up.
All our seed potatoes after harvest before they get shipped out, are tested for diseases. Our main job is to keep the disease levels as low as possible. And we're fortunate in Alberta that our disease pressure is very low and the strength is high. The main reason why we're still a low disease area is just because we're isolated and not as many commercial potatoes in our area. We're monitoring diseases more and more to keep us up to date on late blight and early blight. That's what we'll use for sustainability, so we can reduce our amount of chemical use or the change of products.
Farming is a constant battle against the unpredictable. Weather, pests, and disease are ever-present threats. But Alberta's seed potato growers are vigilant, using their knowledge and experience to protect their crops and ensure a healthy, sustainable harvest.
So when we get a chance to talk to people that don't know anything about the seed potato industry or the potato industry period, we will definitely tell how it is and show pictures, and it's very interesting to see their reactions, because a lot of people have no idea. Even a lot of people in the potato industry have no idea how the seed production works. So it's interesting to talk to people about that, and we're always open if people want to come see or come watch. You have to tell people what the business is about.
Every time a friend comes and sees just a small excerpt of what goes on here, I want to be inside their brain, knowing what they're thinking about. I open our doors up to anyone that wants to show up and see what it is we do, because if you don't know what farming looks like and you don't know what potato farming looks like, I think coming here is a great place to start.
From a tiny plantlet in a lab, nurtured in a greenhouse, multiplied in the field, and finally to your table, it's a remarkable journey. Next time you enjoy an Alberta potato, remember the seed, the families, and the dedication that made it all possible.